Just like there is an answer for an overheated engine, there is also an answer for an overheated immune system. There absolutely is, and the gut is key to that. Hi, my name is Phil. I'm with Silver Fern Brand. So a lot of people, when they think of the immune system being overheated, which is all I'm allowed to say as a supplement company, that's my creative way of saying the immune system's overheated. It's overreactive. It's hyper-reactive, right? So when the immune system is not behaving like it's supposed to, a lot of people think the answer is to suppress it or just deal with it. Like the answer is, hey, you know what? It's just my genetics. That's it. The answer is genetics. The answer is not genetics. If you go to somebody who specializes in the immune system, they will tell you that you have a genetic profile, which is true. Your immune system is programmed a certain way. But unless something pulls the trigger on the immune system to cause it to overheat and to misfire, it doesn't. There are millions of people that go throughout life with a genetic code for certain problems that never have those issues happen. Okay, so think of it this way. You know what causes an engine to overheat, right? So you put the wrong fuel in, you don't take care of it, you don't maintain it. You're basically it just crap's going in, and so crap comes out, right? The immune system is very similar. So what causes the immune system to overheat? Dysbiosis, imbalances. Leaky gut. For people that this bothers, I don't know why. It just means increased intestinal permeability or endotoxemia. It is real. I don't care what anybody says on the internet. It's real. Like, go research it, okay? It just means the gut barrier becomes weak and damaged, usually because it's been under attack from bad organisms and pathogens and isolated inflammation, and it becomes more permeable. Bad things escape, causes low-grade systemic inflammation. It's real, okay? Inflammation, real. I think everybody would agree with that one, right? Then we get into the nerd out stuff. So those things cause macrophage and dendritic cell dysfunction and regulatory T cell dysfunction. Now, I know that's the nerdy stuff. That's the stuff my wife also doesn't care about. But that being said, your immune system becomes intolerant. It lacks communication. It starts to misfire. It's not tuned up like it's supposed to. Whatever analogy you want to roll with is what starts to happen. But those are the causes of your immune system to overheat. Now, obviously, poor diet, stress, getting sick, antibiotics, there's a whole bunch of inputs that will cause an imbalance that causes leaky gut, that causes inflammation, that then causes macrophage dendritic cell dysfunction and regulatory T cell dysfunction. By the way, go look up regulatory T cells. You'll find that that's what manages immune tolerance. So at the very least, if you're even a little bit curious, go research that, okay? So the Silver Fern Brand, we have a few different answers to this. When I say answers, that means plural, because nobody's the same. Unfortunately, one of the biggest mistakes people make with their response to digestive and gut health is they think there's one answer that's for everybody. Now, we've simplified the holy crap out of things. We literally build protocols assuming there is if you have a problem, you have all the problem. You have all of it, right? If you have an imbalance, it is a safe guess you have all of it because they overlap. If you have a need to do a pre-cleanup protocol to turn the system on, help the stomach, before you do a cleanup or before you work on the immune system, we have to assume that everything is causing your system to be slow and to have problems. A lot of the biggest concerns we have with our customers is they're not educated on the fact that the system is all connected. Stomach issues cause intestinal issues. Most people skip the stomach when they should start there if they have stomach issues. And then they misunderstand. They've heard something on the internet that this is the problem or this is the problem. It's all overrelated. It's all connected. So, for example, stomach issues are going to cause constipation and diarrhea. Stomach issues are going to cause pancreatic dysfunction that causes you to not produce enzymes. That is one of the primary causes behind bacterial overgrowth and really bad bloating and gas. I mean, I'm trying to say a lot quickly, but one of the problems we have with customers is, unfortunately, they want quick, fast solutions to very complex things. We streamline it, and the answer to how we streamline it is we assume it's just all a problem, because it typically is. And then our success rate's high because we didn't have to have somebody go to a blood work test or go figure out what their food sensitivities were. We just, because it's the same underlying root cause. It doesn't even matter what it is. The underlying root cause is always the same. Dysbiosis, leaky gut, and inflammation are at the root cause of all immune system dysfunctions. These are facts, people. And by the way, don't trust me. Don't care. Go research it. I'm not saying trust me. Hell, I don't trust 90% of the people that say shit on the internet. I don't ask you to trust me, okay? So, that being said, there are multiple places for people to start. My wife has Hashimoto's, so we can very easily say her immune system was overheated. I hope that that's a fair statement. I had allergies, really bad, both food allergies, environmental allergies, and my immune system was weak at the same time. If I looked at somebody that was sick, I always got sick, okay? But that being said, my wife did not have constipation or stomach issues. She didn't need a pre-cleanup protocol. She didn't need to turn the system on. That's not common for people with Hashimoto's issues. When a person's thyroid function's not working correctly, it slows the system down, okay? But let's just go with what we did with my wife, okay? So if a person has no stomach issues, they do not have constipation issues. They, by the way, slow motility causes stomach issues causes intestinal issues. So the protocols for that are all, and we do it all. We're just gonna do it all, okay? And then she also did not have like SIBO, IBS-like issues. She didn't bloat severely and stuff all the time. We simply needed to retrain and work on her immune system. Her immune system needed an overhaul. It needed to be tuned up. It needed to be helped. It needed to be restored. Whatever I'm allowed to say as a supplement company, we did that. So these days now, she eats gluten. She grows her hair. She does not have brain fog. She just doesn't have all the issues. She has healthy inflammatory responses. Work with me, people. This is what I'm allowed to say, okay? So she lives a normal life. That's what she gets out of it. She doesn't gain weight easily or any of that type of stuff. She is going through menopause, which is a whole different thing. But she lives a normal life, okay? So if you're in that situation, the answer is the Immune Plus protocol. It is cleanse and it is postbiotic plus. To sum it up, cleanse is the most effective binder we've been able to find. 50 plus human studies on it. It has been clinically studied to death for binding things you don't want. The main ingredient is IgG. It's an antibody. It does not go into circulation. So if you're like, oh my gosh, my antibodies are elevated in my blood work, it's not that. It's going to stay in your intestinal system. It is going to bind to things you do not want, and it is going to help them leave the body. It is going to help restore the gut barrier, healthy inflammatory responses, and it helps, obviously, the immune system. It is going to it's going to help make the immune system tolerant. As I like to say, deactivate the immune system, okay? So this is something, unless you have constipation or stomach issues, I mean, this stuff is something you can load up on, okay? Number 2, Postbiotic Plus. Postbiotic Plus has 3 hero ingredients. One is called Biomend L-lysine butyrate. Butyrate is liquid gold on the intestinal system. Smells horrible, by the way. Doesn't taste bad. Just smells like, I guess, it smells like pirate's booty is what it smells like, okay? So, but it's butyrate. It's just pure butyrate, and it has a very, very, very high absorption rate, which means it is going to do a lot for regulatory T cell function, which is kind of a big deal if you're trying to reestablish immune tolerance. Once again, go research it. Has up to 500% higher absorption rate than other forms of butyrate. Then we added Beta-Via and Immusin. By the way, Beta-Via and Biomend L-lysine butyrate are also prebiotics. So the Immuse and the Beta-Via are going to how we're going to help restore macrophage and dendritic cell function. So when you pair these together, we restore healthy immune system function. Some of you are going to say, but I do have heartburn and reflux and indigestion and nausea and burping, belching and silent reflux and stomach discomfort and all of those things, okay? And we are aware of that. And some of you are going to say, and I have constipation, or I have constipation and diarrhea, or I just have severe bloating. For all the rest of you, it's really simple. If you want, you can just send us a DM and say, I need help with the protocol. Tell us what's going on. Our customer service will build a protocol out for you. they're complete. Okay, that's all I can say. Just throw some additional caveats on there. If you have really bad stomach issues, it's the gastric rehab protocol. If you do not have severe stomach issues, you just have some stomach issues and constipation, it's a slow motility plus protocol. These are 3-step protocols. Each step is very important if you want to do things correctly. Okay, that's our way. This is our way of helping you restore a healthy engine, so to speak, or immune system. You're welcome. Bye.